Hey, good morning. I just finished an Ashtanga class, which is very much focusing on forward bends, and forward bends are one of the hardest things you can do in yoga. In our everyday life, we often tend to sit like this, with our shoulders slouching forward, our earlobes being very far in front of our shoulders. It's when you drive a car, the seat is already formed in a way that you can't sit up straight, but that you are kind of forced into slouching forward. So in our forward bends, we try to come out of this position and leaning forward from our hips. And that is so hard because it's something that we kind of have forgotten in our everyday life. What I see very often is in a closed-legged forward bend, in a Paschimottanasana, people will lean forward, round their back, and try to bring their forehead onto their knees with all might. But forward bend should happen much more in your hips, opening your hips here, so that you bring your chest forward. We've got a beautiful ocean right in front of us. So I always tell everybody, instead of looking at their knees, which they can see every day, to look up, to look at the ocean, to bring the chest forward. I would always recommend using at least one block, so you get a little bit of an extra opening in your hips. So when you sit on the block, you want to place your your sitting bones on the block. Maybe open your legs out a little bit to the sides, and then lean forward from your hips so that the block tilts forward and that you bring your pubic bone down. Here now you want to engage your bandha, so don't let your feet flop, but pull your toes in, press your heels away, press your calves into the mat, lift your kneecaps, engage the front of your thighs, lift your Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and your Jaladhara Bandha. Your Jaladhara Bandha basically keeps you from slouching forward. When you imagine someone pulling your ponytail backwards and upwards, you elongate your spine all the way. So then you let your pubic bone tilt towards the mat. Maybe that the back edge of your mat actually comes off, of your block comes off the mat. You lift your chest and you slowly walk your fingers forward, keeping your feet engaged, and you want to work with the natural arch in your lower back. When you round from here, you see that I'm actually not in a forward bend, but more like in a tilted pelvis. So lifting up, using your bandhas, engaging your body for your forward bend is essential. If one block still feels that it is not enough, get as many blocks as you want coming into your forward bend. You can also get a chair, you can sit on some stairs, and then lift forward from here, keeping your sitting bones on the block, on the stairs, on the chair, tilting your pubic bone towards the floor, and then leaning forwards from here into your forward bend. You don't even have to hold onto your feet. There's nothing gained in being able to hold onto your big toes to the sides of your feet. It's all in lifting your chest, maybe even Spider-Man-like, digging your fingertips in the mat, turning your elbow pits to look upwards and leaning forwards from here. Trying to bring your tummy onto your thighs, which is the first step in your forward bend. You don't want to round your back, trying to bring your forehead on the mat, but always lead with your chest, your sternum looking forward, bringing your tummy onto your thighs, and then you can fold forward all the way, bringing your forehead onto the mat. But again, rushing is something that is not part of the yogic lifestyle, of the yogic practice. You want to be mindful of using your body in a sustainable way, and when you come from a rounded back into a back bend, you're not doing that. What is happening in our lower back is happening in our upper back and vice versa. So paying attention to coming into a position mindfully is really, really helpful. If you want to learn more of this, come to join us at Bamboo Yoga. See you here on the mat.